Is that an indication to go outside? My whole operation go cold outside. And even if you say so, it's cold outside.
Hi loves, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So today I'm going to show you how to get this super colorful ombre cut crease using the Slush Palette from September Rose Cosmetics. I'm also going to show you a cool trick for getting your foundation to look super natural. So let's get started. As always, I'm going to start by priming my eyes with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Fawn. I'm going to blend that out with an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, but I'm not going to set it with any powder so that we can get maximum color payoff. This is a super colorful look, so I do want to make sure that all the colors show up super bright and super pigmented. Make sure that you are blending that concealer all the way up to under your brows so that they blend in seamlessly with the concealer that you use to clean up your brows. So for today's look, I'm going to be using the Slush Palette from September Rose Cosmetics. This palette is absolutely stunning. Look at all these bright, rich, pigmented colors. To start, I'm going to go in with the black currant shade on a Morphe M506 brush. I'm going to place this into my crease, but I'm actually going to place that slightly higher than my natural crease so that it's still visible even when I'm looking straight ahead. This is a critical step if you have hooded eyes, slightly hooded eyes, or you just don't have a lot of lid space. I'm just going to push the product into my skin first, and then I'm going to go back in later and lightly blend out the edges using small circular motions. And I'm also making sure to curve that shadow up towards the tail of my brow bone. Next, I'm going to be going in with the orange soda color on another Morphe M506 brush. I'm going to place this color slightly higher than the previous color, and this is the moment that I absolutely fell in love with this palette. Look how beautiful that orange shade is. It is so bright, it's almost neon, and it is just showing up so perfectly on my skin. So I'm just making sure to layer it over the purple a little bit and also take it up slightly higher, and I'm just maintaining the same shape that we have already sort of laid down using the purple color. Once that orange color has been laid down, I'm going to go back in with that purple shade and just lightly blend the edges so that it's a little bit more seamless as it goes from purple to orange. I'm then going to go back in with more of that orange shade and build that color up a little bit higher so that it reaches a little bit closer to my brow. If you don't have a lot of lid space or you have hooded eyes, I found that taking your transition colors up a little bit higher really helps to give the illusion that your lid space is actually bigger and wider than it actually is. I'm going to go back in one more time with that black currant shade on that same Morphe M506 brush just to make sure that both colors are blending seamlessly into one another. I'm also going to take this time to really wing out that shadow and really drag it out past the outer third of my eye and up towards the tail of my brow bone. I'm now going to carve out my lid using that same LA Girl Pro Conceal and a flat brush. I'm going to make sure to carve my lid higher than my natural crease so that it's still visible even when I'm looking straight ahead. And again, all these steps are going to work together to really give you more lid space to work with. I like to take my time when carving out my lid just to make sure that it's really precise and it's really clean and it's really sharp. Next, I'm going to pick up the banana shade on a flat brush and I'm going to pack that all along the inner third of my eye. I actually went back and forth between kind of a fluffy brush and a flat brush. I found that combining these two brushes really helped me lay the powder down seamlessly without it turning patchy. So I'm just packing that beautiful yellow color all over the inner third of my eye, and it might not look like much in the pan, but as soon as I applied it, I was absolutely blown away. Next, I'm going to go in with that orange soda color once again. I'm going to place this along the center of that eyelid, and I'm going to use the same technique, switching back and forth between a flat brush and a fluffy brush to really get that nice even layer of color. I'm then going to go in and blend between the two shades, going back and forth between the yellow and the orange shadow, just to make sure that we're creating that really beautiful and natural gradient from one color to the next. Moving on to the outer third of the eye, I'm going to pick up that purple color, that's the black currant color, and I'm going to pack that all along the outer third of my eye, switching back and forth between the fluffy Morphe M506 brush and a flat shader brush as I get closer to the crease line. I'm then going to go back in with both the orange soda color and the black currant color, and I'm going to blend between both sections until we have a beautiful ombre and a lovely gradient. To add a little bit more depth and dimension to the look, I'm going to be picking up the black shadow from the Juvia's Place Serum palette and placing that right along the base of my crease. I'm then going to go in with another super small detail brush and that black currant color, and I'm going to use that to buff out that black line so that it doesn't look too out of place and it really just blends in with the rest of the look. Next, I'm going to give myself a wing liner using that same LA Girl Pro Conceal and a super small detail brush. This particular brush came in a nail art kit, but it's really effective for doing super detail work for eyeshadow looks. I'm then going to go in with the black currant color on a flat brush and place that along the inner third of my eye. I'm just gently packing it in over the concealer so that we start to create the color of the wing. Next, I'm going to go in with that orange soda color on another flat detail brush, and I'm going to pack that along the center of that winged concealer. Lastly, I'm going to go in with that yellow banana shade on another flat brush and just fill in the rest of the wing along the outer third of the eye. And then I'm going to go back in with all three colors and make sure that they are blending seamlessly into one another, buffing between the lines so that it starts to mimic the same gradient that we placed on our lid. I'm going to go back in with the black shadow from the Serum palette just to add a little bit more depth, a little bit more shadow to that outermost V of the eye. And again, I'm going to go over that black shadow using that purple just to make sure that it is blending in nicely with the rest of the look. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to place some of that black currant color right below my lashes using the flat brush. I'm also going to drag some of that out below the outer third of the wing and then really blow it out using a Morphe M506 brush. And then I'm going to go in with that orange soda color on a Morphe M506 brush and really just blend those two colors together, drag it down a little bit lower on my lower lash line just to create a nice smoky effect. For mascara, I'm going in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara for my top and bottom lashes. I'm then going to apply this NYX white eyeliner pencil into my waterline. This is just going to make the eyes appear brighter and wider, and it's almost going to give it a doll-like effect. Next, I'm going in with this golden pure pigment. I'm going to place this along the innermost third of my eye, and I'm going to drag it up a little bit towards the lid so that it fades into the yellow color. This pigment is so beautiful and it's so shimmery. I absolutely love it. And I'm also going to drag some of that pigment onto the innermost corner of my lower lash line as well. Moving on to the rest of the face, I'm going to show you guys my trick for getting a super natural foundation finish. So if you're like me, sometimes you get foundations and they're too light or they're too dark. This foundation happens to be too light for me, but I'm going to use it to highlight my face. I did this technique last week and I really love the way that my foundation turned out. So just place a lighter foundation everywhere that you would normally highlight. I'm blending it out with a stipple brush, and then I'm going to go in with a damp beauty sponge to soak up the excess product and to really just push it into my skin to get that flawless blend. Lastly, I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used for my foundation and just stipple all over my skin. This is going to unify the whole face. It's going to give it almost like a thin layer of your foundation over the concealer, and it's going to make everything look really nice and airbrushed. I'm then going to go in and set my face with my Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder in Golden Almond, and I'm just going to take that on an e.l.f. pointed powder brush. This brush is amazing. It picks up just the right amount of product and it just lays it down so smooth. I'm then going to go in and buff my entire face with my Maybelline powder in Deep dark. As you can see, the skin is looking really beautiful, really uniform, and just absolutely gorgeous. I do feel like I'm lacking a little bit of contour, so I'm going to go in with the City Color Bold Brow Powder and place that along my cheekbones and around the perimeter of my face using a Real Techniques contour brush. And then I'm just going to go over everything one more time with that same Maybelline powder and my e.l.f. powder brush. For bronzer, I'm going in with my CoverGirl Queen Ebony Bronzer on a fluffy brush. I'm going to take that along my cheekbones and my cheeks, along my forehead, and around the perimeter of my face. I'm going to cut my cheekbones even more using my Sacha Buttercup setting powder and just lightly setting underneath my contour. I'm going to dust that off right away, and now we're going to move on to highlighter. For highlighter, I'm going to be using one of the highlighters from the BECCA Glow Macaron collection. I'm going to be using Opal, and I'm just going to take that on an e.l.f. small tapered blending brush. This highlighter is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to place this along the high points of my cheekbones, my forehead, and on my chin. For blush, I'm going in with the Serum Blush Palette in dark, and I'm combining Zane and Taupe, which are my two favorite colors, using an e.l.f. complexion brush. I'm then going to set my entire face using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist Spray. Moving on to lips, I'm going to line my lips first with this brown lip liner, and then I'm going to go over top with the Jordana lip liner in the color Mulberry Cream. For lipstick, I'm going to go in with this Peachy Nude lipstick from the Shayla X ColourPop collaboration. It's a super light lipstick, so I'm going to make sure to really blend the lip liner into the lip. And then I'm going to top it off with this beautiful coral lipstick. I've put together a playlist at the end of this video of some super colorful looks that you might enjoy if you want to practice your technique or if you just want to keep watching more videos. And that, my loves, is the look. I really hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day.